I'm Johnny.
I'm Chris.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Will.
And we're called Coldplay.
How long before I get in? Before it starts, before I
Did we start the album again last summer, as all the reports suggest? And the answer is yes, absolutely. We realised that we'd been working quite disparately, and we hadn't even played in a room together for 4 or 5 months. So we went to a tiny rehearsal room in North London, and we played together in a space not much bigger than this carpet. We all got a great buzz off playing together, and then we realised, well, it seems like we've gone wrong on all the other stuff because it doesn't feel as exciting as this. So in September we then went back into another studio in North London and started, stripping everything away from around us and just focusing on the 4 of us playing together.
The feeling that we got when we went back into the studio and decided that we needed to be a band again is exactly the same feeling as when we first got into a band together in our first concert, and it's the feeling that we always try and capture in our live performances, and we realised that was the essence of our band. We've spent so much time playing live together that maybe we kind of took it for granted that we could play live, and now we know that it's at the heart of everything that we have to do, and it's in the studio and live, performances or in radio sessions or anything like that. You have to have that spirit of 4 people playing music together.
Well, the reason why the record is called X&Y is partly because it looks cool, and partly because we felt like everything we were singing about had 2 sides to it. A lot of the songs are about love and loss, or they're about, the great things in the world versus the terrible things in the world. And so when we were putting the sequence together, it just felt very natural to split it into 2 halves. And we put the title track in the middle, but it's not because the 2 halves are necessarily one theme versus another theme. Partly it's because it's quite a long album, and we wanted to do some way of splitting it so that people could have basically a sandwich break. There's basically time for lunch in the middle.
Some songs that we recorded went through about 10 different versions. A song called Talk we pulled apart, took to bits, and then tried to put it back together again. And sometimes it comes together much easier than others.
Generally, we find what happens is we end up taking stuff off that we've sort of tried to layer on the top. Usually we go too far and try too many ideas, and then you've got to sort of backtrack a bit and strip things away, and then when you're at that stage that there's probably enough there.
Well, the song Square One, John and Will were just messing around one day, and it just sort of turned into this song. And as soon as it arrived, it was like, okay, that's got to be the opening song. As soon as the song Square One existed, it was always going to open the album, because you can't have a song called Square One and put it track 7. The song Low is designed to be a headphone song. Do you have Where's Wally over here? Where's Waldo? Okay, so that song's designed to be like a massive picture of tons and tons of different things, and then in the heart of it is a song. But really it's about the whole, I think that's slightly musically nerdy, that song, because it's quite indulgent on our behalf. It's just us using all the sounds that we wanted to use. It's the song where Brian Eno appears very briefly, and it's the song where we said, let's buy all these wine glasses and hit them. That's what we were hitting, and we just had we played all the studio games on that song. Because if you play them on every song, it turns out rubbish. We'll have a song like a song called Speed of Sound, the first single, and the song came out very naturally and very organically. When we get a song or a riff or a bass line that we're very excited about, we then sort of try and place it in the musical canon, if you like. Fix You is our attempt at a gospel song without actually getting a gospel choir. So we used what meagre elements we had, i.e. me and Will, our drummer. You sing on it live, do you sing on it live?
No, I don't sing on the record. Will sings on it on the record.
But the spirit of your singing.
Yeah.
The spirit of John singing is almost as good as the actual sound of his singing.
It's actually better.
It's more in tune.
Our Message was the last song that was written for the album, it came pretty much while we were trying to mix. I think once we'd got that song, suddenly it all started to feel complete. Finally, you know, felt like we had the right ingredients.
Till Kingdom Come, which is kind of the not so secret track. In fact, it's not secret at all, but it's supposed to be. Was originally intended for Johnny Cash, but he never recorded it. Some would say it was because he died, and others would say it was because he didn't like it.
The bands that we've been listening to recently, and the bands that we've certainly listened to a lot during the recording process, are bands like Kraftwerk and David Bowie and Kate Bush and New Order and Joy Division.
Brian Eno.
Everything. We're sponges.
When you're touring, your paths hardly ever cross anyone else. You can follow bands around, and so festivals are a great chance to sort of meet everybody and see what everyone else is doing and steal all their ideas.
It's also, you know, it's like when you go to a horse show or something and everyone parades around, and it's good to meet the competition once in a while. Not competition in an aggressive sense, but it's good to have the Killers playing on the same day, or Block Party or Arcade Fire, because it gives you a kick, you know, in the right place. You think, right, well, we have to, you know, raise our game a little bit.
Thank you very much. Good night.